What's going on, everybody?
Hello.
We're back.
What's going on, man?
We're back in action. It's been a while. We had to stop down for a minute because Lorenzo went on vacation, but he's back. And then when he got back from vacation, I didn't want to do this. I didn't want to do the podcast. but no, I was busy too. But now we're both not busy again. And what luck. Just in time to have on another guest, another comedian joining us in not this studio, but in Lorenzo's home studio in front of his curtain. We have Mr. Pre. Give it up for Pre, y'all, in the comments.
How y'all doing?
We're doing good. We're doing all right. Trying to get you. You've seen us set up in real time now, so you get to see what it looks like. All the work that goes into just getting the Wi-Fi to work. I feel like, getting
be like that technology, man. Technology.
Getting the internet to cooperate. How are you? How are you doing?
I'm doing good, man.
You're doing all right.
Another day above ground.
Above ground. That's right. That is the truth. The truth. Right now, you guys met, I assume, at a Dream Big show, right?
Or was it the mic?
And I think it was on an open mic on Monday, but he could have been, if he was bartending the 2 nights before on a Friday night when they had a show. I came there to see that one of the shows, it was a Spain show.
Oh.
And I don't know if he was working the bar then, but either way, it was on a Monday that I think we actually formally met and stuff.
Yeah,
okay, got you.
Right.
Got you. So did you, what was the exchange? Who saw who perform, and how'd you get each other's info?
I'm not for sure. I think he was at the bar chilling and they asked me that I want to go up. I'll just come to watch.
Yeah.
And they asked me that I want to go up on open mic, and I was like, one of the guys that helps run everything there, RJ, cool guy, another comedian and stuff. He was like, man, go up there, man. You only live once. And I was like, I sat down. I was like, nah. He's like, go ahead, man. And I just took a number
ground. You only live once. Exactly.
And then I went up there. And then now I usually go just about every Monday. I don't think I missed a Monday yet, but I always go because, man, you get a little rush from standing up there in front of strangers and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And I'm getting, gotta get something to keep the blood flowing. You know what I mean?
Factuals.
Yeah, no, being put on the spot like that it's definitely a rush that you get, or that I get, For sure. Real quick, I not to break the flow, but does anybody have their phone nearby the mic? Just move your phone away from the mic. I'm trying to figure out, there's a little bit of static going on. Cool.
Is that better?
It's a little better. We'll see if it keeps up. We'll fix it later. But that's cool. So Lorenzo, you got to see Pre perform. How long have you been doing comedy now, Pre?
I'm gonna say this going into my 4th month, maybe.
4th month. Oh my goodness. Wow.
Yeah.
It seems like longer. He's already been on at least 2 paid shows.
Yeah, I've been 2 of them, and I think I got one coming up on the 27th of July, if I'm not mistaken. We ain't got it all finalized or nothing like that.
It's in the works.
Yeah. Behind the scenes.
A couple other people reached out from other places. I mean, it's cool, man. It's something nice to do, and I mean, it's actually kind of fun meeting new people and stuff. You know what I mean? Yeah. Catching up on lost time. Your mom tell you not talk to strangers.
And then you find out that
I just jump right out here and in front of strangers and stuff. So she worried about stuff like that, but it's all good. You know what I mean?
Yeah, how weird is that? We're taught not to talk to strangers. And I mean, there's a utility in that because, when you're a little kid, you don't have any business walking up to people and asking them shit and getting kidnapped. But at a certain point, you got to teach kids, okay, now you have to network. You have to actually
you're gonna have to
talk to those people.
You got to deal with people in life.
Yeah, they're not going to know who you are, and you're going to be unknown for the rest of your life unless you start bothering people with your business cards and your, or your podcast in our case. Oh boy. So 4 months in, wow! I was under the so let me just preface this by saying I got no information about you prior to this, and I apologize for that.
Man.
So Lorenzo, if you want to lead the charge and do some of the interviewing and question asking, go for it.
That works too. I gave like very brief. I was like Spree, you know what I'm saying? He's done some shows. He's a real funny guy, real talented.
Yeah.
I actually do remember when I first met Bree. It was a Monday open mic. I was at the bar. You went on stage. He was talking about how his family actually technically owns Virginia Tech, but like another family stole it. And like me and
he's messing it all up, man.
So
he had the university call me like, what is this nonsense? He's talking. No, look,
correct.
I'm gonna fix it. So, I'm in high school. My favorite subject was history. I like to know shit that went on in the past because they say the past repeat itself. You know what I mean? So I like to know crazy shit that went on before in case it tries to come back. And I'm like, oh, okay, I kind of see. That's why I like the fact that I'm not going to say forced to go to church, but I went to Sunday school and grew up in church. I got to learn spiritual evils. And then when I stopped going to church, I was more out in the streets with my friends and neighborhoods where I shouldn't be. But I had to learn what was going on in the streets also until it was time for me to, you know what I mean, fatherhood and all that, just chapters of life. But with this, I wanted to know where my grandfathers and grandparents, everybody came from. So I downloaded Ancestry.com and I'm like, oh, it's $40 a month. And I'm like, well, shit, I waste $40 all the time. Why wouldn't I want to find out, you know what I mean, documents and see where everybody came from? So I had stumbled across a family member, one of my great grandfathers, who founded Blacksburg, Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I
so
was
not
like,
the school,
okay,
but the town that the school is in.
Well, yeah, he donated a lot of land to Virginia Tech.
Yeah.
That's how the college got they got a lot of land from him.
Big as shit.
And I just went up there for the first time. I wasn't going there for that. I was going up there for graduation. This is my first time in the mountains. I'd never seen no shit like that before. It looked like the shit was on fire with this fog and everything. Yeah. And man, it was a long ride, but it was
7 hours.
Yeah, it was nice out there though. Very nice.
Oh yeah, coming from Maryland. Oh holy cow! I used to think
I'm not much of a traveler, man. I don't want to say I'm in a bubble, but I like my zone. I like to know my crazies in the world.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you go other states and stuff, you got to worry about where you shouldn't be.
Yep.
And that's no matter what area. You know, it's not a black and white thing. It's a crazy people.
Yeah.
And you know what I mean? Regular people who just live by the code.
Yeah.
And then some people got no code out here. You know what I mean? So you got to be careful everywhere you go.
Yeah, no, I'll kind of explain our deal in Blacksburg in a sec while Lorenzo, if you could just the XLR cable in the back of your mic, just unplug the cable in the back of your mic and plug that back in real quick. But Lorenzo and I, we worked together at a grocery store in Blacksburg for, I want to say like 2 years, something like that. And I'm so glad to be back in like proper civilization. I gotta say, like I took that for granted, you know, like being out there, and it's really pretty. I had a couple scenic drives over the past couple weeks because we had to, I had to go to shows, and today I was in Leesburg, which isn't quite a scenic trip, but I the day before on Saturday I was in Hanover, Pennsylvania, and I had to take some backwood routes to get there, and that reminded me of my drives out to.
What you on your GPS? What you avoiding tolls?
No, not so much. I was avoiding.
And that's what I did that the last time, and that's how I ended up on these crazy back roads. I'm like, oh man, like I should have stayed on the highway, but I was out there. I'm like, it's a rental car, so I'm good. You drive a whole lot better when it's not your car.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because if something happened, somebody got to come get you or replace it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no.
Your car, you're on your own if you ain't got AAA or something like that.
For sure. No, I think I was on my way there. I didn't bypass the Beltway, which was a mistake, and I was just stuck in traffic for like, oh boy, like an hour and a half longer than I should have been. So on my way back, then I bypassed all the major highway BS and got home in a reasonable time. But no, going through all those random ass hick towns and places secluded in the mountains where there's like 12 wineries for some reason, but only one.
Not a place you want to be caught late night if you ain't from around there type. Yeah. You know what I mean? You should be where you supposed to be.
The mountains are curvy as shit, bro.
Yeah, it's very sketchy. Very sketchy. Like there were quite a few Trump flags, and then there was one person's yard said something about donkey pox, and they had a donkey statue and like a Confederate flag and like a "Don't Tread on Me" flag, but that was like the real pandemic is donkey pox, not COVID or something. It's like, can we just move on already? Like, why are you still hung up on this?
I'm in favor of neither one of them two should be able to win, and we can get to some normal behavior. Like those two, I don't think the leader now is fit to lead off of the way he moves around. He seems like he's old and feeble, and Trump, I don't got a big problem with him. I just think that I'm from the streets. I know a crook when I see one. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And his bad followers make it bad for him because he got good people that deal with him. You know what I mean? He's not like everybody that wants him to be in office are bad people, but he got some extremists that take really it next level, people, and that's kind of scary. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, True. This is a terrible angle.
They come out the woodworks when they feel like they're gonna be straight. You know, they're like, "Hey, my boy got me," and then they out there wilding.
Yeah, you got to be a little calm. I mean, it's crazy on both ends, but I just don't think neither one of them two should be fit.
Can you see this? Can you see this picture of him on the right? Like he looks like
we should start from scratch. Like those two shouldn't be allowed. I mean, just take those two off, and then whatever side win. Because to me, I'm like this. I'm going to work. I'm taking care of my family, no matter who's in office. I've always been like that. I never worry about it, dude. Like I know it affect people. Say, well, certain policies they make
like taxes
that'll bother you, that affect you. Look, I'm not gonna stress myself about something I can't control. Yeah. If it's in my control, I'll try my best to, like, you know what I mean? I help out. I give advice to young kids. I got a lot of nephews. You know what I mean? Got a lot of nieces. I ain't got a lot of money, but I can tell you good advice. Yeah. And you can't say, I ain't never told you nothing.
Yeah. Be like, look, I done lived a whole lot of life.
Advice is better than money sometimes.
Oh, exactly.
In certain cases, like a good piece of advice
can make her save money.
Yes. Yeah. Like you gotta, like, man, listen. You got younger people under you and they actually listen to you. Man, don't tell them good shit that they can take and learn in life, and that's your that's you paying your debt to society right there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. If you're listening to the show, sorry about that random noise. I was pulling up a clip I saw earlier. I didn't realize this was after the presidential debate. Joe and the first lady, they went to a Waffle House.
Look like a ghost walking in there.
No, he looks like a wax figure. That's what I was trying to show on the.
That's creepy, man.
Yeah, no. There's another perspective though. The clip I saw was one of these guys recording here. It's from their perspective, and it's really, really, really funny. And I think that's the guy we voted for. I'm curious to see this perspective, but I don't think it's going to hit the same way. I think this is going to be bad. Yeah, it looks bad from here because he's like hunched over, but if you see it from here, it's really, really funny. So let me find the clip I saw, and then we'll compare and contrast. Because I think this is the angle, this is the perspective we saw him during the debate at, which was like the worst possible angle, like all the worst traits and like qualities were.
Reminds me of remember Living Color?
Yeah.
Fire Marshal Bill.
Oh shit. Nah.
That's what remind me of. Like, it looked like this look weird looking, man.
Oh man.
That man, He wouldn't get hired for any other job. Like he'd walk into for the interview and they'd be like, "You about to kill over and die, bro. Somebody need to put you in a nursing home or some shit."
Damn, I'm
struggling to live every day.
I'm so close to finding the video I found. It's too bad. Reels are just so good that
man, listen. When I find something, I learned if I find something a video I like, even before I started, I hurry up and hit save it, because soon as that phone refresh or anything, it's gone.
Yeah. I do that too. Yeah. I do that same thing.
And Reels are just such a special thing that
I'm gonna watch this later, and I
hit the save immediately.
They only exist on Instagram. It's like they don't get put anywhere else. Anyway, well, we'll go ahead and watch this version of events. You dabbed the guy up. That's pretty cool. What a G, right? That's like.
Are we in a Waffle House?
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Why would you go there? After it was right after the debate, apparently. So I guess this was a PR move because he knew he fucked up.
You're damn right it is.
Mm-hmm.
He knew he messed up.
It's a terrible one. It is a terrible one.
Yeah.
It is a terrible one.
I only went to Waffle House because the IHOP was closed and had like a bunch of cop cars there, and I saw that and I was like, I guess we'll go to a Waffle House, you know? Like that's not a on purpose move, you know?
Listen here, he don't even look right in there, man. That's insane.
Let's find it. I hate not being able to find this. There's just gonna be car crashes. You can't even search for Reels. Like what is Instagram even? Whatever. I'm done. But the perspective I'm looking for is he walks into the restaurant. Well, first it's all the Secret Service people. They come in, they scope it out, and then they wave him in. And he walks in, and when you saw him hunch over, it's because he's looking at the people with the cameras, and he goes. And then that's when everyone laughs because I like he's sneaking up on them or something. But it was very
right.
What state were they in?
I don't know. Where was the debate at? I imagine that's where it was. Let's see.
I don't know. I missed it. I didn't get watched.
You didn't see that? Oh boy, that's.
Nah, I watched it. That's something I listen to on my headphones while I'm working or something.
Waffle House in Atlanta. So.
Oh, yeah. Atlanta.
So they're in Georgia. Isn't that where Waffle House began too? So that's probably the significance of it.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Honestly,
man, I think that's where Waffle House originated.
I've only seen them in Georgia and Virginia. I haven't seen one in Maryland. Honestly,
there's Waffle House in Maryland. Yeah, no, they're everywhere. Probably. Everywhere there's a Cracker Barrel, there was a Waffle House first. That's the equilibrium, right? That's the balance.
I was about to say they gotta
cancel each other out.
Y'all know it's a war going on around here.
Like you mean like in general? Like I know there's people training for a civil war.
Both of you have been a part of this war, and y'all haven't been paying it any mind.
What?
Wawa versus Royal Farms.
Versus Royal Farms.
Real talk, yeah.
I was talking about Wawa versus Sheetz with someone the other day.
I seen Sheetz. I don't know nothing about it. I'm not gonna lie to you and say I had anything from there.
Ain't no Sheetz down here though, because of Rofo.
Yeah.
Rofo, I think they're only in Maryland, maybe PA.
They're Virginia.
No, they're everywhere. Virginia? Yeah, they're expanding.
Yeah, they just got one in North Carolina.
Oh shit!
I got family down there. I had seen it come across a news feed, and I was like, "Oh shit!" They done spread their wings in the North Carolina.
I didn't see one in Virginia.
That's what I'm saying. It's like a battle, like wherever you see one.
Yeah.
But Royal Farms is winning right now.
Oh, for sure. I went to Rofo earlier. Got some fries. It's because Wawa's when you get their fries, it sucks.
I ain't never had fries at Wawa.
They're bad.
Only went out of desperation.
Don't get those.
You said they're bad?
They're really bad.
They're not good. They're not good. I went out of
pizza. I don't.
That's worse. Don't get that either. That's why because that's why they sell it. There's all these offers where you like get a whole pizza for $6 because that shit will give you cancer.
Yeah,
and like, and the fries are like basically microwaved. So like, who wants to eat those?
Yeah, I would have. Yeah, they ain't got no fries in there.
But they do. They do.
They
got a fryer in there. I never seen no fryer in there.
They basically don't.
I was gonna say I know Royal Farms got a fryer. They frying chicken.
You know how we say Nick Cannon only has one song, and if you cancel R. Kelly, then he has no songs, even though he had a whole album.
Mm-hmm.
Wawa does not have fries because they're trash. so they just don't have fries.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
While they do sell fries, they should not legally be allowed to call them French fries. Like, they should be some other type of food that you won't be eating anytime, because they're disgusting and like soggy. And they have like warmers. They have sandwich warmers, warming stations like 7-Eleven and stuff, and they'll have hash browns in the morning in those same warmers that are crispy and taste good. Wawa hash browns are good, but then something about fries.
They got certain things. I was their subs, like the meatball subs and all that, coming up 16. You know what I mean?
Great sandwiches.
I was pretty loyal to Wawa, but Royal Farms is better, especially if you can get your stuff done fresh.
Yeah, that's fried. That's fried food done fresh at Royal Farms. Yeah, and that's where they're superior. The feud I was talking about was because Wawa started in Pennsylvania. That was where Wawa originated. And so when I went to Hanover on Saturday, we were driving through, and I didn't see a single Wawa on my way up there. In Pennsylvania. I saw a few in Maryland on my way up, but not in Pennsylvania. So I was like, "What's the deal with that? Why do I keep seeing Sheetz and not Wawa?" And I think Sheetz started in Pennsylvania too. So that's like a true, like they actually battle it out, and people have their preference over like Wawa or Sheetz.
What does Sheetz got in there? I never
Sheetz got some stuff. Sheetz is straight. They got good sandwiches. Yeah, my friend used to work at Sheetz back in Virginia, and like. You could make your own sandwich. You could do a lot with it. Like, she's got good shit.
Okay.
Yeah, she's a street.
Nothing like some good old gas station food.
I feel like Sheetz is like a truck stop though. They're a little more,
Yeah, like Sheetz to me feels like one step removed of like Buc-ee's or something. Like it's trying.
I don't know what Buc-ee's is neither.
It's like Buc-ee's Junior.
It's probably gonna take over.
I remember Roy Rogers. You might be too young to remember Roy Rogers.
Well, that's not a gas station, is it? That's just like a
that's like a
restaurant.
I would say maybe like a Arby's back in the day or something.
Arby's, yeah, they have roast beef, right?
Yeah, similar. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it used to be right over here with this old Kmart. It used to be a Roy.
I remember that.
That was a treat from my grandma. If we did some good shit, we was gonna go to fucking Roy Rogers in Salisbury, bro, from Berlin. Come on up. That's we did good in school and shit. You get that in the week, boy.
I saw so many of those on my trips this weekend, more than I've ever seen. No, yeah, all over Virginia apparently, and in Maryland. Really? Yeah, in Maryland too.
I've really never seen one.
All over.
No, I did not know that.
All over Frederick, Maryland. I was out in Leesburg, Virginia today. I saw a couple in Leesburg. Now, I asked my mom because I kept seeing them. I was like, what's so special about these? Like, I've never eaten at one. And she was saying that they do, like, they'll make your burger or whatever on the grill, but then you take it over to like a bar and put the toppings on yourself. Is that true? Does that track?
Oh, it sounds like some Fuddrucker type or something like that. But yeah, that's what's up.
At the one that you used to go to, that's how they did it there, or is that just like a one?
I was so young. I just remember the food was good, and I just remember where the building was at.
Yeah,
they probably just like you got. I
was riding with grandma back then, like you know what I mean. So I had to be well under 14.
Yeah. Oh yeah, definitely.
So it's like get the burger, get your ass in the car. You ain't no fucking toppings, but get your ass in the car.
But yeah, no, this is a brand new one right here. This is what it looks like.
Wow.
This is the one I saw today. It looks just like this.
I'm glad you told me that, because if I'd have went somewhere and I just drove and seen it, I would have been like, what the fuck?
Yo, that shit like a fucking trap or some shit.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No, I had seen one by my job. I work in Manassas, Virginia, and I never knew what it was. I thought that was like the only one within a certain distance, but then I this weekend, like I said, I saw probably like 6 or 7 of them on highway signs and then in person passing them and shit. So it's always funny to see all these restaurants and like fast food staples that I've just never eaten at. It's like when like scientists discover like new fish in the ocean that you've never seen before because it's like a certain depth or something. It's like it's just out of reach for me that I'll never try it, or I'll never know about it. Like I'll never go to a Carl's Jr. in my life, probably, because all I know is Hardee's is the same thing.
They the same shit. It's Carl's Jr. in the West. Like when I was in New Mexico, it was Carl's Jr. with the same star and shit.
How was that?
It's the same shit, bro. It's the same as Hardee's.
No. New Mexico.
I liked it, but it's a retirement state. It's where like old people go to die. And if they
Damn, that's it? That's all you got
kids,
from that?
bruh, if you have kids there, they're gonna end up on drugs. Like all of them don't, but like 99% of
New
them
Mexico.
do. It's a retirement state, so the kids are bored and they don't have shit
Hot
to
down
do.
there, wasn't it?
It's hot. It's hot, bruh. And then like in the winter, the nights are cool, but then the days are still fucking light. They're like not hot, but they're still hot, you know.
I take it you flew out there, right?
Yeah.
How long was the flight? I never been on a plane.
What?
I'm terrified. You ain't been in a while. I'm terrified of heights in the ocean.
I don't I've never been too deep in the ocean, but like I don't like heights neither, but I get on planes. I'll be flying.
Nah, I never been on a plane.
Nah, I don't blame you. It's not worth it.
No.
Fourth floor on the hotel and up.
Son,
I get noodle legs if I get that near a balcony.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know what happened in my old life or whatever. Something's going on with that.
That's me. Yeah. I don't like I'll look over the balcony, but I'll be by the door and I'll be like, oh yeah, I see. Yeah.
Nothing on Ancestry.com about like a falling accident or something.
No, not that.
Like a Wright brothers style incident
and stuff like that. But
do they give you that?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit. Oh,
they give you.
That's nice.
You get birthright. You gotta look at it like this.
Yeah.
Everything was a transaction.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Somebody was getting paid. Soon as they've been writing papers. From what I realize now, a lot of people from Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina, South Carolina came from Europe, and they were black folks. So a lot of black folks, and it's just not talked about as much. Yeah. And a lot of them came over here by force, indentured servants. Some came on their own. If you had money to leave, just like right now, if something was bad was going to happen in the U.S., hypothetically, and you had money to get out,
you'd go.
Most black and white people had the money and they knew something bad was happening, they could get up and leave if they had the money. Everybody else is just here and you're a casualty of whatever happens in event something crazy happens. You know what I mean? Let's say a volcano or something blows up in Yellowstone or something, right?
Exactly.
And you know what I mean? It gets real bad and they're like, well, get to Australia, get to these places. Yeah. Some people can afford to up and go.
Yeah. I ain't going to Australia. It rains.
Well, I mean, I don't know. See, it's just.
I was gonna use the analogy of just like all the hurricanes and like natural disasters that happen on the regular.
Some people leave every year, and some people be like, "All right, I'm not." It's a bad. You could be in a bad. I would take the hurricanes over tornadoes any day of the week.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm not staying in Tornado Alley. I've been in
hurricanes. Yeah, I've been in hurricanes. We survive them. Tornadoes, I don't know about that. I ain't fucking with that. I've seen Wizard of Oz.
It's terrifying watching on the news.
Yes, the storm chasers
to think about
shit,
to be somebody that's living there and you don't know. Like imagine being at work and you got kids.
Yeah.
And then shit hits the fan and you gotta rely on the school to keep your kids. And I understand they got underground shelters and all that type of stuff, but that's terrifying. But
the thing about tornadoes though, tornadoes don't go down wherever they're at. They just stay on that level.
Once we're back to the same point. Are you the person that can afford to have the stuff built to your house where you can go down there? Or are you hoping shit don't tear your rancher up or where your complex or wherever you are? You know what I mean? Some people got the money to build those bunkers and you know what I mean? And it's also like families got to have escape plans for when stuff happens. A lot of people don't got a plan if something's gonna happen.
I think they have like public stuff. Like I think the Civic Center.
I imagine they would.
Yeah.
I mean, you see what happened when the church they went New Orleans, Houston, and the Olstein Church that time. They wouldn't let nobody in. Yeah, I understand.
They boarded it up.
Understand that. Yeah, I don't understand not letting people in because of insurance and not. Man, listen.
End of the day, it's just like.
You gotta let them in, yo. You gotta let people in. I got a house, and if my neighbor house went down in a storm, I'm gonna say, come into my house.
Yeah.
Even if I don't probably like that neighbor, I would let them come in. Yeah, I wouldn't let him and his family be under home or my neighbor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Tell
Noah's Ark only had enough room for two of each animal. All those other nasty ass animals had to stay there.
How you think he chose? He was walking through and he's like, "Oh, I like that one. Oh,
Yeah.
I like that one." You know what I'm saying?
That's how Joel chose.
Yeah,
Like, let's see the tits on
you know
her.
what I mean?
Oh fuck, bro. One of the anteaters was rolling around in the little mud having fun. And he was like, "Ugh, I'm gonna get that one. I'm gonna get the clean one over there." Just this little dirty anteater, and he was just having fun. But because he wanted to have some fun, now
all these mega church pastors are not. They are so far from benevolent. They're just monsters. They're complete and total.
I think you want to be the preacher for our mega church, L&C mega church. You want to be the preacher?
Yeah, we'll call you preach. You go from pre to preach.
Nah, I don't mess around with the Lord. I done seen a lot of miracles happen.
Yeah.
So his presence is real.
Yeah.
I done seen a lot of times him get me out of serious binds.
Real talk.
And
I do feel that.
Yeah, and the bad spirits, that shit's real too. I'm in the ghost shit.
Yeah.
I'm not let's go hunt.
You gonna be looking for them? Yeah. I was about to say, I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to go.
Asking people what are they. Everybody has a ghost story. Everybody, and I usually ask people, "What's the scariest thing you ever seen?"
Real talk.
Or you got any ghost story, just to hear what people say. And man, I be hearing some crazy ass stories, man. Like shit that I'm like, oh man, that's crazy.
I do have one. It's only one. I used to.
Everybody got one. That's what I'm saying. Everybody got one.
I used to stay the night at this girl's house, and they would tell me that the house was haunted and shit, and I'd be like, "Hey, they just fucking with me." But one night I had a dream about basically it was like a tour of the house, and it went up to like the attic. Of course, I never went in the fucking attic, but like everything was accurate of the house. You know what I'm saying? And I and after that, I stopped going. I was like, I'm not coming back to this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Like, fuck that. You know. I'm not fucking with this shit no more. Why am I having dreams about this house that I don't stay at?
Yeah.
That shit was too much.
Would you if you went to like an Airbnb or something, would you stay in one if you knew someone died in that property?
Oh, fucking shit. I never thought of that. You got to ask questions.
Listen.
Oh, shit.
If somebody told you my
real estate agent, has anybody died in the house?
Yeah.
And
no, but I mean, like, even if you're just like staying overnight somewhere, this is not something you're buying into. If somebody told you, like, hey, you know, like 20 years ago,
no, I'm not saying in that. No, I'm not saying.
I'm still my car at the.
I'm just gonna find another one.
Yeah.
Must swipe over to the next whatever. I'm not staying
really
because most people wouldn't tell you though.
No, but when I ask, there's utility in asking because I would stay in it for like an incredible discount because I know that there's people like y'all who really believe in that. And and so I can act it up like I'm gonna blast this all over the internet. I'm gonna get your home shut down. No one's gonna rent it out unless you give me like half off the nightly rate, you know. And then I'll take whatever comes, whatever Eddie Murphy haunted house bullshit starts happening. I'll just at the right cost, at the right price. I'm willing to make it work.
Some people love to come. Just stay there in general. Just because of that.
Just looking for the ghosts and shit.
Yeah, but that's gonna be far and few between all the 90% of people who were like, hell no, I would never. If I knew about that, if that was like blasted on your website or something, or
I'm pretty sure every hotel we've been to, someone has died.
At least in the hotel, if not the room.
I mean, that's like the destination to like kill yourself. I feel like
never mind.
And especially. And to kill people, all the serial killer BS that happens, and but no, there's all the people go to casinos or whatever, and then they'll spend all their money, and then they go back to their hotel, and then they're like, all right, time to go. Like that's usually how it happens. So, it's a sad thought, but definitely.
I used to work at this hotel when I was 15, and when I was a houseman. And it was a little bit of guests in the hotel. And I think we had 3 or 4 floors. I can't remember. But I had always heard this rumor about this old lady named Minnie who died in the hotel. it used to be the Phillips Hotel on 14th Street in Ocean City. And supposedly this old lady died in one of the rooms. She didn't want to move out when they were turning it into a hotel, so they just let her stay there, and she ended up dying and shit. And I used to have the couple other coworkers tell me about it. All they had run-ins where strange stuff goes missing and shit like that. And they told me what room it was that she died in. And I ain't really paying no mind until one night I had the somebody had called and said the TV is on too loud in the room above them, and I'm like, we ain't got nobody on that floor at all.
Oh, nah.
You know what I mean?
Oh.
So, and I asked what the room number was on the radio, and they told me the room number, and it's the room that was directly under that room that the lady supposedly died in. So I went up there to go check on it. The girl on that front desk sent me up there. It was just me and her. So this is back when you had keys. You didn't have key cards.
Oh yeah,
so you had a ring of fucking keys and shit.
Is this the hotel here? I'm curious.
Yes, that's the fucking hotel. I used to have to clean those fucking windows in the front every morning. I did that shit for about 2 weeks. Then I started fucking the windows up on purpose, so that they would fire me from having to wash the windows. I didn't like washing windows, squeezing windows first thing in the morning, so that everybody's just sitting there drinking their coffee, fucking staring at me and shit. I'm like, man, I don't like this shit. And I said, I gotta find a way not to fucking have to do these windows. So I would mess it up so bad they would be like, man, listen, get this motherfucker off the windows.
I'm curious. This is the Phillips like food logo. So was it like a restaurant, hotels type situation?
Yeah, in the front of that, that's the they call it the veranda or some shit like that. And it's a restaurant inside there.
Got you.
And that back of that is the hotel. So it was 4 floors.
Okay.
I couldn't remember if it was 3 or 4. Actually, I was on that roof one day putting Christmas fucking
decorations,
Christmas decals, pulling the shit out the top. That's a storage room up there. They keep all their Christmas shit
that
there.
Little thing, that little shed thing.
We was like doing some decorating or something, pulling some shit down. And
hilarious.
I seen one of them banner planes crash right there on the beach. Like,
oh
like
my
right
gosh.
there. Everybody had to like get out. He crashed right where the waves was at. You know what I mean? Yeah, it was fucking wild.
Wow.
I was in that hotel, and we didn't have nobody on the 4th or the 3rd floor. So the guy was saying that the noise was coming from the floor above him, and I was like, man, that's that room.
Yeah.
And the girl in front desk was like, you want me to go up with you? I'm like, nah, I'm good.
Nah, I'm like, come on.
And the TV was on. The shower was going. The curtain was closed. The bathroom door was shut with the light on, and the bed was unmade. And I walked in there, and I was like, man, ain't nobody been in this room at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I walked over, and I covered the bed back up. I cut the TV off with the remote. I opened up the bathroom door real slow because I was nervous because the shower was going and shit, and there was steam coming out.
Yeah.
Pushed the door open. Pull the curtain back like real fast.
Yeah, like you was in there.
Cut the water off. Walked out the room and was like, "Man, I'm not bothering you. Don't talk."
Yeah.
I shut the door, leave, go back to the front desk, and the girl at the desk asked me, "What happened? What happened?" And I'm telling her the same story. Then the phone rings.
Oh no! Oh boy!
So the phone rings, and it's the guy calling and asking, "Are we gonna do something about that loud TV?"
Yeah.
And I'm like, I just cut the TV off. I told her, she's like, I'm gonna go up with you. But she did. I said, man, I'm good. I went back up there and I could hear the TV going from outside the room. Put the key back in, went inside, nothing else was going on. Everything was how I left it. I went over there and I unplugged the TV and I backed out the room and I shut the door. And the next morning I told my manager and she laughed her ass off because she like, I told you and shit.
Oh,
and the last verification I got that shit was real. I used to do room inspections in there, so I used to inspect a lot of these rooms and shit. And
before you explain your inspection routine, I just want to say, in my head, what I'm thinking is, because I'm thinking all the possibilities of what this could actually be, or what else this could be, right? You know, not discounting that it's a ghost or whatever, but it's like, as a skeptic, you know, what could this be? It's on a boardwalk. I think beach boardwalks are like, they seem inherently haunted because they tend to be a little nasty, and there's like a lot of like sketchy stuff going on in the first place, you know, and they're all kind of already old and just creepy, especially like at certain hours in the morning. It just seems really weird, especially when they're empty. So it's already kind of a weird, sketchy thing. But what I'm thinking in the room, this doesn't look like the most secure building in the universe or in the state of Maryland. You know, there's all kinds of like squatters and things, and these squatters, man, they find a way to just be in a place doing their thing unnoticed.
Now, they didn't have the best locks. You could have probably, if somebody knew how to pick locks,
yeah,
you could get in
a room
if you knew what you were doing.
Get in Minnie's room, you know, quote unquote Minnie's room.
That's the thing that got me. The shower going and the bed unmade.
Yeah.
If the shower wasn't going, I would have been.
Yeah, maybe it's a squatter. But if no one's in the shower.
But that's what I was talking about with the inspection.
Yeah.
The little Mexican lady, I went and inspected one of her rooms and the shower was going in. It was closed. And I went in there and I went to the next room and I said, Lucy, you left the shower on in that last room. And she looked at me and said, no, Miss Minnie, and she turned away and walked off. And she was an older Mexican lady. Shit, and I believe the Mexican lady.
No, yeah, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, bro.
Real in tune with that type shit.
Yeah, they on that shit. Yeah, son.
When she said, I was like, yeah.
Yeah, son.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I
someday quit that day. I'd have been like, tell her I'm sorry. Oh, shit.
Yeah. No, while it is creepy, if you heard it all, you're putting it together in your head.
I almost set this building on fire, bro.
Yeah. Yeah, but again, that's what they want you to do. I want to meet the people who orchestrated all this and whose buddy is just living rent free in this this chain restaurant hotel.
I got a friend like him, right? And you tell him stuff and he debunks it, and I like it because it makes better conversation.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah, true.
That's cool.
True.
You can't listen. I like non-believers and stuff like that because when something ever happens, I'm like, hey man, welcome.
Nah, fuck that.
Welcome.
I was like, maybe there's a homeless dude staying in there or some shit, but I'm like, it's
people that like. Did you hear the story recently? It was like in the last 2-3 years or so. It's a relatively new story. There was a lady living in someone's house, just in like, and she would just crawl in like the attic or like the air vents, and she would be living in the walls during
people do that.
The day, and then she would just come out at night while people are in the house asleep, and she would just go through their shit and be eating, and they would think, oh my god, we have mice, or it must be a ghost taking our things, all our doors are wide open, the water's running, why is our water bill up? And then they installed a camera in there, 24-hour night vision, everything. They see this bitch crawl out of the ceiling and go through their shit, and she would have her feet up on their coffee table, you know, chilling, watching movies all night long, and she would just sleep during the day. Like, how easy would that be to do in a hotel, especially if you have a couple people on staff who are like, oh yeah, I'll cover for you, whatever, we'll just say this old bitch died.
Well, you know what, I would go with you on that, because it's been plenty of times I have people like, I'm from Berlin, so Ocean City's like home basically.
Yeah.
And I know everybody that works down there, so it's been plenty of times where I was able to get a room for $20 and or somebody was like, this person checked out, the room's good, you can stay there. They left 2 nights on the room, so we get hookups like that, knowing people.
Yeah.
So I let you have that a little bit, but I'm not for sure. I think I'm still like
I said, I don't know. I haven't talked to any of these people. Like if people were genuinely like shaken up, you know, that's not nothing. There's something there. So
yeah, and look, I was never into the ghost stuff before.
Yeah.
Until that happened, and then other stories that people told me and stuff, and I was like, oh shit, like, you know what I mean?
I feel like, I don't know, bro. I feel like maybe this shit's circumstantial. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have 2 theories. I feel like if ghosts were real, there wouldn't be any white people, because all the fucking slaves from like hundreds of years ago probably would have offed them. You know what I'm saying? That's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I'd stick around for revenge. You know what I'm saying? I'm killing. Like I'm a ghost. I'm killing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like maybe it's circumstantial. I don't know. You know, maybe there's like ways to this shit. I don't fucking know.
Maybe. Like I'm not the type. So like I'll say right now, like I don't really like believe in ghosts like that, but I understand like people's inclination to believe that like supernatural stuff is going on because, you know, like we want to believe that there's an afterlife, and we want to believe that when stuff that can't just be explained immediately is happening, that there's some, you know, there's some other presence being felt that's causing the stuff to happen, right? What I don't stand by whatsoever though are mediums. I hate mediums with a passion. Like the people who like the TLC Long Island lady who all she does is, you know, talking to the ghost through, you know, someone else. That is the biggest grift. You want to talk about like mega church pastors and their whole grift. Like mediums is the same thing. Like these people are just cleaning up. I'm like, oh my God, I can feel something, presence. What was her name? It starts with an M. I'm like, well, no, her last name started with an M. Oh, that's what I meant. Her last name's, you lead me there, you know, like put out your feelers.
Yeah, I don't believe, I would say with them, probably it's a good 30% that actually probably can do that shit. Yeah. The rest just learned the game.
You know what I was thinking?
Good speak.
Did you ever see any of the Mentalist shows? I forget his name, but like,
what is that on USA or something?
No, we had like 2 at Dream Big. I saw one of them, the second one. He was real good, and basically it's like, I guess it's like subjection. You plant a seed, or I don't fully understand it.
I'm not in a show where nobody's fucking around with my head.
Nah, it wasn't that. He was just like I guess he was reading people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yo, that he said he's good.
I'll pass on that, but I mean, more power to those people. I mean, some people, that's entertaining.
Yeah.
To a lot of people and stuff, you know.
No, it was fun. It was like, it wasn't too crazy. It's not what you're thinking, because the first thing he did, I guess he told a guy before the show even started, he was like, write a number down, and then he had like a board, and he was like, all right, what was your number? And he was like, all right, and he like wrote down like, I think 16 numbers, and he was like, are any of these your number? And the guy's like, no. And then he like he added them up from like each way, and they all added to that number, and I was like, holy shit. And he was like, did you tell me your number? And he was like, nah. He was like, did you show me your number? He's like, nah. So it's like, I don't know if he like implanted the number, or like how I don't know how the hell he did it.
Y'all ever heard of Furnace Town?
Furnace Town?
You ever heard of Furnace Town?
No. What's that?
It's a small town in between Snow Hill and Salisbury.
Oh.
It's like a town from like the 1800s. It's like a museum now. Furnace Town.
I might know what you're talking about. Like, it's just a real small, like, right before you hit Snow Hill, like on the way.
Yeah, if you're heading down Snow Hill,
it's got what's like the cobblestone shit.
Yeah, it's back there.
I've been through there.
Yeah,
I drive through. I don't stop.
Yeah, that place is always pretty good. You ever ride through there at night?
Oh, where?
Yeah, because you're in the swamp, basically.
Oh shit, bro.
It's a creepy place. If you want to like, I'm shocked it ain't more like. I mean, they got ghost tours down here and shit like that, but somebody should have a more, I'm gonna say, intimate one where it's smaller groups of people.
Yeah.
I don't think I would want to go with 20 people.
That's exactly who I want to go with, and I'm gonna be like in the back so I could run.
Yeah, but I mean, like, ghost tours are kind of, for me, it's in the same vein as mediums and all that stuff. You were talking about
they're giving backstory though.
Yeah,
that's a little better. Yeah, the history of like who died where, like that's cool to know.
Yeah, that's a little bit better when you got like a story on actual. You know,
because you're learning everyone's story, like the story everyone created over time about this one house or this one room in this one house or this one building in general. This one plaza is totally, you know, this is the ghost area and this is why. This is because this building burned at this year and then all the bodies were never uncovered or something like that. So there's a utility in knowing that. I would say though, with the mentalist, like magician type stuff like that, I admire that. Like, and while again, I know it's like this can be explained somehow. I don't know the explanation. It's cool that somebody figured out a way to do this and make it seem like it came out of nowhere, or like they're reading your mind, or like it's magic, right? Because it's like that takes a lot of thought, being able to supplant these little seeds to make you pick 21 instead of any other number, and then have all the puzzle pieces fall into place, and blow someone's mind and make them, freak out. By the way, black people are the best people to do magic tricks to. That's just a fact, because they freak out. They go like, oh shit. Whatever they're holding, they throw it up and they run around.
I tell people, I'm like, black people are like very expressive and like not emotional in a bad way, but like I feel like we feel a lot and we're very expressive, like they say, like people say Japanese people are like, what they say, they're like they say something similar about them, but it's like black people are real expressive, and we feel like, oh yeah, like when we're happy, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, some crazy shit.
One of my favorite things in life is seeing somebody I know that was doing bad back in the day,
and when they doing good.
I fucking love, especially when I know that backstory.
Yeah,
like it's motherfuckers I grew up with that had it rough up coming up as kids and shit, and I see them doing good now.
That shit makes me happy.
I fucking love shit like that.
That shit makes me so happy. I fucking love it. I love it. I love to see everybody win. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Except for my enemies. I want them to fail and suffer.
I don't think I got no enemies. I hope I don't.
I probably have a bunch. I just imagine I have a bunch, and then I'll just...
that make you go harder, I guess. If you think, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want no enemies.
I don't want
Definitely
them, but it ain't. I didn't make them.
In this life, on above the earth or off the earth, in the afterlife, when anybody coming for you, certainly not. Oh man, well, we're coming up on an hour here, so we won't keep you much longer. But as far as comedy goes, so you're 4 months in. Do you mainly just perform there at that venue, or are you going to Baltimore too?
Well, I got asked to come to a place in Baltimore called the Outer Bar. Not familiar with it, but I mean, I Googled it. It's look like a nice venue and stuff. So I got offered to come up there in September. So I'm gonna do a show there.
Nice.
September. And I believe the guy I was telling you about, RJ, he's got a show there. So I'm just like, I ain't stressing whatever come. Like,
yeah, there you go.
I really just started this whole thing because I wanted one of those flyers that they have at the club.
Yeah.
I wanted to give the flyer to my grandmother. She's like 92. And she was one of them type of women that she takes newspaper clippings or like anything that anybody does nice, and she sees it in the newspaper and she knows the person, she scraps it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll go over there, she might have something from one of the other women at church, grandkid did something. Yeah. She's always saved stuff. And I was like, you know what? Let me give her a poster with my picture on it and stuff like that. And you know what I mean? She's in church and stuff like that. I told her I was a youth pastor.
Oh yeah.
I had the studio on and
That's
stuff.
funny.
And she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Nah, I do comedy."
Did you get a poster?
Yeah, she got a poster.
You got her? Yeah.
I got her one, and that's really what I originally started. I was like, I'm gonna do this till I get my face on one of those posters.
You got it at least 2 now.
Yeah, I got 2 of them now. My mom goes prints them off and stuff like that, and I got it hanging up in my garage. So I just really wanted the posters. Anything else come with it. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Are you interested in like tripling your posters?
Tripling them?
Yeah.
Meaning, what do you mean?
Meaning you should make an Instagram account. This is my advice, being Instagram. Almost 2 years in. Yeah.
Like I said, I just got the TikTok and they showed me how to do some cutting videos and
TikTok's not going to help you get on posters, but Facebook or Instagram.
Yeah, man, listen, like I said earlier, information is the best key. Better than money sometimes. Like, I don't know nothing about Instagram, but I'm gonna make one.
I don't know why, but comedians love Instagram.
Instagram is the play, and then once you meet people on there, they'll message you to get on shows with them, and then they'll just put your face on their flyers. I mean, that's how I operate too. So
So both of y'all have something in common. Actually, I wasn't there, but both of y'all have met Tony Woods at separate occasions.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the last show I was on. A show with him, Lon Kiefer, Joe something. I can't
Joe
remember.
Spain?
No, it wasn't just Spain.
No?
He's from out of New Jersey.
Papalardo?
I
No?
think that got a bald head.
I think
Nice guy.
does Joe Papa. Let me see. Where my phone? I'm
You
gonna
have
look it
to
up.
pull the flyer up.
But Joe Papalardo has done the show at
Yeah, real
Dream
nice
Big
guy.
as
Kind of
well.
stocky little dude.
Let me
Cool.
see, because I screenshot all the posters.
Yeah.
And I
Well,
Yeah,
that's
that was
awesome. What was the show about? Was he stopping through Dream Big?
Yeah,
it
we
was.
do Dream Big. The guy Lon Kiefer, he had ended up saying he could get Tony Woods to come down
Yeah.
to Delmar and do a show. And I mean, I was familiar with his name, but not really familiar with Elijah's work. I mean, I remember him from Def Comedy Jam when I was a kid and stuff like that, and doing stuff. Because I was a Def Comedy Jam junkie when I was a kid.
Really?
You know what I mean? That was stuff I didn't have parents where they'd be like, you can't watch stuff. My mom let me watch anything she watched because she rather explain to me what was going on in whatever I was watching than me sleeping to watch it and me not knowing what's going on. You know what I mean?
That's a smart move.
To be like that.
Now, I mean,
Joe Scrocca. Yeah, I think he was I believe he was in the little contest we had, if I'm correct. Yeah, Joe Scrocca.
And RJ,
And RJ and Lon,
yeah, that was a cool show.
Well, you get on Instagram, you add Joe and add everybody on there, become friends with them on the, and then they'll find you again, reach out there and be like, hey, come do this show in this place or whatever. And then it's just like that. And it keeps going and going and going. Oh man. Well, that's awesome. So how was that show? How did that go?
It sold out, so I was happy about that.
Yeah.
I got a lot of family that came through and stuff. Like I got a big family around here. So I mean Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, North Carolina.
Goddamn.
And my dad, like I don't know if I told you, he got 18 kids. So
18
and that's
kids.
not, you know what I mean? That's not the family that's down this area. I come from a big family, so it's a lot of love. A lot of people came out.
Are you related to any Jarmans at all?
Yes.
Yeah, that's my mom's side is a Jarman.
I see that. Look.
Yeah.
Look,
that's
my
crazy.
grandma, she's a Jarman.
Oh shit.
So you know what I mean?
Oh shit.
Where your grandma from?
From Berlin.
I'm from Berlin. My grandma. Who's your grandma, man?
Her first name's Crystal. I'm not sure what. I think when I met her, her last name might have been White. I'm not fully sure what her.
But she originally.
I'm pretty sure because I know my mom's last name was a German.
Look, we're related. I guarantee it. 100% sure. I'm totally German.
Do you know any? Do you know any Cornish last name?
That's Cambridge.
Cambridge.
I know.
What about Morris? Morris.
I know Morris is in Cornish. Man, look, it's not a small world, but around this area, damn near everybody's related, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, that's just how it is. But yeah.
Yeah, no, that's my family. Those two.
Okay.
Those two. Yeah, my mom's family's from Salisbury, so.
Yeah, if I go on my ancestry, it probably will pop right up on there somewhere on there.
Yeah. I want to know how, with the chances that we all have some type of birth defect that we don't know about because all of this, this tiny pool that we all know each other.
That's crazy. It's crazy that he would say German and stuff like. Now I'm gonna have to get his information, and then I'm gonna have to run it by the aunts and stuff.
Yeah,
and the aunts, so and then y'all like that's how it used to be when you couldn't date in town because you had to ask. They used to be like,
you know who this is?
Before y'all start courting any girls or talking to any girls,
that's your cousin.
Find out who their parents were. Seriously, man, that was like you had to do that in the next town too.
Yeah,
we don't know. They say it's a peninsula, but it's an island. This is an island in between these two bridges. So everybody, everybody know everybody.
It's a cool thing though. It's a cool thing to know everybody in that confined area. But then it is scary of if you're going to high school there, you're growing up there, it's like you got to really be careful and know you got to ask the important questions like, am I related to you?
Who your mom and stuff like that. Who your food?
Yeah. Do I just go to church with you, or am I going to the barbecue with you? Like, what's happening? Like, oh boy.
Yeah, you don't got as many family reunions like we used to have back in the day. When I was young, we had mad family
all the
reunions and stuff.
time. Yeah,
I remember when ours got messed up. It was the Jarman one too.
yeah.
Somebody charged too much for the family reunion shirts, and you couldn't come out there if you didn't have a shirt on.
Oh,
Type
damn.
stuff. It was like kind of separated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of Joel.
That was a long time ago. I wasn't even driving this, so this is like
Yo.
13, 12.
Yeah, Joel Osteen at the doors, with no shirt, no entry.
No shirt, no service.
I don't know who to blame for this, but I think I was young, but I think that's how it went down. I couldn't wrong, but
Oh boy,
I haven't been to many family reunions in years.
I ain't been to one in a minute neither. But then I left home for like 10 years, and then like they had one not too long ago in June. Well, it's still June. Shit, they had one not too long ago, but I was out of town, so I ain't go.
Yeah, the last one I went to, they got all of us kids to come together to discuss taking it over for I guess it would be this year. Yeah, I guess.
Look, at some point you gotta know what person can do what in the family. Like you got family members. It's just like if you were starting a business, you had to get family, and you wanted family, even though sometimes that can be a bad thing to do.
Yeah.
You know what people are good at, what things to be able to put them in what positions that make your business run smoother. You know what I mean? If you don't, you're bound to fail.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if it's people you know, like
Because people they gonna try to get by. That's the shit. They gonna try to get by every time. It's sad, but it's true.
It's a sad thing, but we'll make it work. We'll figure it out. But that was the beginning of like, okay, y'all, it's gonna be you. So get ready. This is how you plan. This is how you do it. And then it just kind of fell off, and I stopped hearing from them.
Yeah, just make it affordable. How about that? Because
everybody
in the same boat trying to make it out here.
Yeah, no, you're gonna have to have matching sweatpants. We're gonna have shirts, hats. You need the bundle. You need the uniform. The uniform, or you can't have any of the potato salad. You're not allowed. Like each article of merch that you have on gives you access to one of the spaces. Like, okay, you want to be at the barbecue area. You need.
I'm dying. You missed bread. Those aren't the right pants. I sent you the link to the pants. Those aren't the right pants, bro.
Exactly.
Hey, he can't eat. He
can't eat. He gets to go on He gets to go on the bouncy house. He got the kid's hat for some reason and not the silicone wristband. Oh,
What's the worst job you ever had?
Worst job I ever had. This is pretty. No, I'm kidding. This isn't a job yet. No, I didn't like the grocery store. I'm gonna be honest. Like, it was fun. It was really only fun because you were there, and I was like technically living alone, so that was cool. But like the job itself, like fuck that. Yeah, just working, and that's pretty much all I've done is retail jobs, retail adjacent. So, and it's no good. What about you? Was it that hotel restaurant combo?
Worst job I had. I had a couple shitty ones, but I would say the worst one I ever had was working at a golf course one time.
For real?
I got my worker's permit when I was 14, so I think I was 14, and I went to work at this golf course
as a groundskeeper or caddy or like.
I went there to wash dishes in the little cafe in the morning and stuff.
Yeah.
But they were persistent on trying to make me walk bags of ice out to whatever hole it was.
Yeah.
Now I understand I'm too young. I can't drive the golf cart. Yeah. But I'm like, I'm supposed to be here washing dishes, and I'm 14 and shit. And the person, whoever the guy was, I don't remember now, but he kept asking me to keep my shirt lined up like this. I'm like, I'm in the back washing dishes, a kid.
Yeah, it don't matter.
Alone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm busting. Here, I need you to carry this ice out there. And he pointed to where, and I'm like, he said, way out there, you'll see the hole numbers. And I was like, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
My mom told me, don't do stuff if it's not in your job description. People are gonna try to make you do extra stuff.
Big facts.
So after my first day, she came pick me up. I got in the car. I said, I don't want to go back here. And she was like, okay, you 14, get another fucking job. Yeah. And I remember going back picking up. I think the check was like $16 a or whatever. My first check from that place. That was a shitty job just because I don't like feeling. I'm not gonna go work every day and feel uncomfortable. That's one thing I'm not gonna do, and I've never been like that. I'm real good with dealing with people.
Yeah.
And for the most part, I let people live their life. I don't give a shit what you want to do, how you dress, how you fucking, what you think about people. I don't give a shit about none of that, man.
Those types of things, those clubhouses, golf courses, retirement communities, it's certain jobs that you really just are like completely disposable, and then people treat you like that.
I don't like that feeling at all.
Like, go do that today. I don't know.
Yeah, and I know everybody's job is replaceable, but I'm not gonna feel like I'm no less than type shit while I'm working with you.
It's less of like a team and more of like, okay, everybody has this one supervisor over this one area of the thing, and then they just kind of tell you to do what needs doing that day or that week, and everyone's on the biggest project or something. And then and like when my nana, she worked for a retirement community for a while. Mom's side. She worked for a while at this retirement community in Newport News, Virginia, and it was just like she would just be doing whatever they needed her to do on whatever day, until eventually she ended up driving buses for them, and then that's where she would stick with that, or she like fought to stick with that, because it's like along the lines of what she liked doing. She likes traveling and all that, and all these old people go on these trips, and she would be the bus driver, and she gets to go do all the events with them. But for a while, it's just like, oh yeah, run over here, do this, run over there, do that. And then, it's like, what is this organization?
She wasn't allowed it. I think she told me back in the day, they weren't allowed to swim in Ocean City except on certain days.
Oh shit.
Yeah, that's not fucking. She's only 90 something. That's not long ago, man.
Nah, that's not long ago at all. Yeah. I'm pretty that shit probably.
That never sat well with me telling me that shit when I was younger.
Oh no, yeah.
They could just come down there and work, and you know what I mean.
Yeah.
And go back home.
Yeah.
And then wait for a certain day of the month to go fucking swimming on the beach or go to the beach.
That shit wild.
It was another beach they said it would go to across the Bay Bridge. It was on beach that they had for
It's probably one of those dirty ass beaches in Baltimore.
I don't know, man. I'm not a beach type guy. I go out there, but I'm not. I don't mess with the ocean, bro.
Yeah, I don't be in the water and shit. When I was a kid, I did, but I ain't go far. But like now, I don't be in the water.
Nah, man, it's too dangerous.
Yo,
I need to learn how to swim though. It's a shame. My best friend got a nice pool and stuff, and he's like, "Man, I'm gonna teach you how to swim." I just don't feel comfortable with him teaching me how to swim.
I get that.
I don't want no grown man holding me up like, "Here, kick your legs." We're not doing that.
I think like I'm trying to think. My friend taught me how to swim. I think I just watched him do it, and he was like, "All right, do that shit," and you just like. You just fucking paddle and like kick your feet or some shit.
Hey, man.
You could probably YouTube that shit for real.
I found. All right, let's in this order real quick. Let's just watch this clip, just because I spent so much time looking for it. Finally found it.
Got it.
This is Biden walking in to the Waffle House after the debate recently. So we saw the people recording. This is one of the guys recording. Watch him right here. He sees the camera. He just like squats down and makes eye contact.
How you doing, sir?
See, like he looks like he doesn't look nimble, but he looks cool.
He's
like,
not moving that bad in that.
Yeah,
now.
Exactly. But you see it from the other side, and it's like, oh god, here comes the Minecraft skeleton.
Somewhere in there.
Yo,
you're not telling me what? They cleared the room, but any other night. It's at least one pistol in the
They walked in there, they was like, hey, don't start no shit, won't be no shit. You know what I'm saying?
I was in a Waffle House in North Carolina, Lumberton. I don't know if you ever heard of this town. And I was eating with my dad and my brother, and these guys got arguing. It was on a Friday night. And so I'm under the age of 15. And my dad to ask the lady for the stuff to go, and he paying the bill, keep the change. We need to go. And we go and get out of that car. Go get in the car and we leave. Later on that night, that place was on the fucking news. Somebody had got shot through the window or something crazy had happened.
Yeah.
And he said, when y'all out, pay attention to what's going on, even if it's not involving you, because you don't know what can happen. He was like, it's better just get up and leave a place if stuff's getting bad instead of staying around watching or trying to see some shit. And I was like,
I'd have left too, because I'd have been like, in my head, I'm like, even if shit doesn't come my way, the cops are definitely coming, and I don't want to be here when they come neither. So I'd have left
if
too.
you get bad vibes, you should just leave.
I say this shit all the time, and I was talking to a coworker earlier. Humans are the only animals that don't trust their instincts.
Yeah.
Any other animal, they trust their instincts. Like if something drops, she's gonna fucking dip. You know what I'm saying? Because that's her instinct, survival.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Bad vibes. I love that theme. You're talking about you don't swim really. You're talking about you don't go in the water a lot. What are you doing if you're if you're on like a fishing trip or whatever, and this happens?
What I'm doing if I'm on a fishing trip? I wouldn't be on a fishing trip.
Yeah. So but you're in this position, right? So this guy jumps in the water to get his fishing rod that he dropped in there, I guess. So that's what he's doing.
Must have been a nice one. Had been a nice one.
Yeah, there he is. Whatever this thing is, he had to grab it.
I got it.
So this guy, I guess, so the guy recording was snorkeling in the water while his friends were fishing, and so one of his friends dropped his fishing rod, so he went to go get it because he's already snorkeling, right?
No, I'm going to the stairs.
So now he's saying, I'm gonna climb back up, and his friends are up there like, hey, Mark, whatever the fuck his name, you need to get to the steps right now. They're not saying anything else. They're just saying you need to get to the steps. Right, and then this guy, that's when the survival instinct should kick in, right? Like you're saying, Lorenzo, it's like, you know, if this guy's like, what are you fucking talking about? I've been snorkeling all day. Like, just chill out. What are you talking about? And they're not really explaining it. They're just calmly saying, go to the stairs right now.
Yeah, don't flip out.
Well, you don't want to scare them, though.
I'd have been scared from that. I'd have flipped out.
What is it?
Like, oh, what's in there?
There's a shark in there. He would go down there and take a peek. Man, you don't get to swimming.
Yeah.
Look at that thing.
Oh,
Shark, ain't it?
yeah.
Look at that thing.
I see it. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Mark.
Get out of there, bud.
Yo. Oh, fuck, man.
Yeah. And they're right up. They're right up on the beach too.
Right there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really grab on that because that should have cut you on that. On that shit, cut you. That's on
The barnacles or whatever.
Yeah, they'll cut you on there.
Oh yeah, they sharp as
Yeah,
shit.
I thought they are. I don't know if you know. I used to watch Baywatch back in the day.
Yo.
And you definitely don't want any blood in the water when that thing right next to you.
You don't want to grab that shit.
Yeah. Oh man, he just barely made it too.
Once they said get to the stairs, I'd have been like, oh shit, I'm about to die. I'd have been zigzagging in the water and shit. I'd have been like, fuck, I'm about to die.
Sorry, I left your fishing rod right there. You said get to the steps. I had to put everything down. Oh man, no, it's so stupid.
He got real lucky.
Bruh, I would, son. Once they said you might want to get to the stairs, I'm like, I'd have been at the stairs. When you might want to, what's up, y'all? I'm right here, dabbing them up and shit. What's going on?
Yeah, it sounds like they're in Australia or New Zealand or something, but that was like a great white shark. That wasn't even like a bull shark or any of these tiger shark.
In the water is an alligator.
Yep.
Really?
I heard if you twist their arm though, they'll let go to like investigate what's got their arm.
They're gonna fuck you up some more.
What?
Don't let them know it's you. But they can only see side to side, so they can't see in front of them because their eyes are on their side, and they can't open up. They can close, but they can't. They can't open strong, but they could close strong. So if you could like hold their mouth closed, they can't bite you.
Yeah, that's why you see these guys get on the back and then they close their mouth.
The tail can kill you though. The tail will definitely kill you if that shit hits you. You're fucking done skis. But they can only see on their sides, and if you tie their mouth, they don't have a strong open, but the close is fucking the close.
Oh yeah, you shit out of luck though if you're in the water. All that's fine.
Oh yeah,
you on land.
Well, just stay in front of it. Don't let it bite you. Stay in front and like don't let it fucking. You know what I'm saying?
Have you seen this guy? This guy's pet. alligator or crocodile. It's actually really cute. You've never seen this clip of this alligator before? I think it's a crocodile. I gotta stop calling it.
It's a crocodile.
Look at it.
Crocodiles are like round, and alligators are.
I don't know if we can play this music, but look at that. I mean, tell me that isn't adorable until it takes your whole hand off.
As long as he doesn't open his mouth, it's fine.
Yeah.
Or close it more so.
Uh-huh.
Look, son, he opens his mouth, I'm gonna uppercut his ass.
Bitch, you know,
bop, 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 bop. I'm gonna juggle his fucking face. I'm gonna bop, bop, bop.
See, but that thing is just super old.
What's your biggest conspiracy theory?
What is my biggest conspiracy theory? God damn. I feel like most of them shits are probably true for real. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, it's one that you gotta be like, you know what, I don't believe a lot of them, but that might have some truth to it.
I don't know. There's so
How about you,
many.
good sir? Chris, what's your biggest conspiracy theory?
My conspiracy theory, oh man, I love them. Don't get me wrong, I love all of them. But
yeah,
I don't have one that I'm really invested in, you know. But I love hearing about them because it is funny.
My favorite's the 9/11 one. The jet fuel don't melt steel beams. That's my favorite.
Yeah. Favorite's a strong word to use. I'm talking about 9/11.
I don't like that it happened, but it's my favorite conspiracy theory. But I don't like that it happened. I'm a vet. I don't like that.
Personally, my favorite is the Columbine, the school shooting. That's my favorite.
Oh my God, holy shit!
You know, capital F favorite conspiracy. No, that's crazy. Did you see that?
Where were you at when that happened?
What's that, like 2002?
No, it was in 2000 or 99.
Yeah, it was. Yeah,
really? Yeah, because I remember I associate everything with what I was doing. I wasn't driving then. I was walking to my grandma's house after school, and I remember going in the house and Jerry Springer wasn't on because that had happened. Every channel was taken over. BET, everybody was taken over by what was going on in Columbine. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Holy shit!
So I was in 9th grade, and I remember
and I know you're talking about Columbine, and I said Columbine, but excuse me, I meant the Sandy Hook conspiracy. There's no Columbine conspiracies as far as I know, or those are way deeper.
I don't think it is. I was gonna let you go because you knew something I didn't know because it's always new conspiracies coming up.
True.
I think they've tried to lump that in with Sandy Hooker, but this is the big one, the big Alex Jones lawsuit and everything.
Yeah, he got some trouble behind that shit, didn't he?
Yeah, his company is bankrupt. He's liquidating all his assets, and it was like some super crazy like $1 billion payout that he has to make to these families. Shit. It's like the single biggest like defamation.
Basically, they crippled him for life.
Oh, exactly. Yeah. No.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a documentary about it on, I think it's HBO. You should definitely watch that because it's crazy. The things that he's saying about these families for years, unchecked, and then all like the hate that they get online when their kids are literally dead. Like, we're not talking about something that may or may not be happening, like ghosts or something. Like, these parents' kids got killed.
He got a little crazy on that.
Yeah.
I kind of remember some of the shit he was saying.
He was wilding. And I'm like, the thing is, like, there is no reason for someone to fake that, though. No matter what he died, none of it could have been realistic. Like, that's kind of big.
I heard him talking about actors and all that.
Crisis actors. Gosh.
That shit happens, man.
First off, they don't do actors. They kill people for real because the losses make up for the benefits or some shit. That's what they say, you know?
And I remember after Columbine happened, they told all the kids that they couldn't bring their rifles no more. They used to have them in back of pickup trucks and shit like that.
Oh, shit.
And they stopped that. You couldn't bring them in your trucks no more. Cause you could have a shotgun, I guess, or a rifle in your pickup now.
It was a kid.
Back in the day, you could ride on back of trucks. Remember?
It was a kid at my former high school recently, in like the last year or so. Same deal. He just had a gun just on like the back seat of his car or something, and someone saw it in the parking lot, and they had to shut the whole entire school down and bring this kid.
That used to be a common thing.
Yeah. And it's just these people with their hunting rifles not even thinking about it. And it's like, well, you can't bring that even near a school now, or your whole life's going to be different.
I'm like this on this whole gun law thing, people should be allowed to have them, and some places you should be able to carry them, because you can't have people who don't give a fuck about law be the only ones with guns.
That's what I be
Crazy.
saying.
You can't
That's
just
what I
rely
be saying.
that the police usually show up when shit's over.
Mm-hmm.
And that's not their fault. Like, they don't know some shit's going down until they get the phone call. And if you got to protect yourself or your family, you should have a firearm to be able to do so.
Yeah.
Now, it's some people that get outrageous with the firepower that's out here, but it's in their rights until something happens and then they go fucking crazy. But and it's like, oh, why do he have an arsenal of this shit? Well, we don't know what he was prepping for. You know what I mean? Bad shit happens all the time, and they should be able to, if you can afford it, you should be able to have it. You know what I mean? Defend yourself from whatever, whether it's the government, whether it's some gangster, whether it's just somebody that you cut off in traffic and they following you to fuck home.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know what the hell's going on out here. So, yeah, you should be allowed to have guns, and that's how I feel about that.
It's just the only problem is maintaining responsible gun ownership is just so difficult.
That's kind of hard to judge, because who's the next person to tell somebody that they're more responsible than the next person?
Exactly.
We all are, let's just say, sinners or whatever. We all, like, everybody has a bad day. You know what I mean? Like,
I don't
a bad week, but it's probably easier for. I could probably go out and get a gun in the next 30 minutes with no problem. If I call the right couple people or some shit like that, you know what I mean? I could get my hands on it way faster than me going through the system,
to the store, doing all the shit.
And them prying in my business and shit like that. So it's tough. Like,
I feel like as far as regulation, this is what I tell people. Like, there are people that are like, and they're like scared of guns and stuff. But I'm like, the thing is, you need a gun, because the people that you don't want to have guns, they all have tons of guns, and they're gonna use them shits on you.
It's
you
been
know what
plenty
I'm
of
saying?
times, I'm pretty sure. There's been plenty of times where somebody started going on a little rampage, and somebody who was able to carry a weapon has stopped it. And I'm pretty sure we haven't heard about it enough on TV or on the news as much as we would hear about this somebody going crazy.
That's a talking point. That's just an NRA talking point, verbatim, like what you just said. That's literally the selling point for people buying guns. People who don't have any business even having guns, they get guns because of the backlash for regulations, sensible regulations that comes from talking points like that. It's like a good guy with a gun is the best case scenario against a bad guy with a gun, and that just but the statistics pale in comparison to just people straight up just getting killed, and even somebody somebody with a gun there,
a permit to carry is in let's say a Walmart, and some shit goes off. I'm pretty sure somebody in there has a weapon.
They got a whole section. What you mean?
I'm pretty sure somebody in there illegally has a gun too.
Yeah.
Now, how's that work if somebody's not registered, has a dirty gun, and some shit go down somewhere, but he saves the fucking day?
It doesn't happen. That's the thing, though. The thing is, it doesn't happen, and those people, their instinct is to run away, get outside the building, and then they're gonna sit outside the building with their gun, like, okay, should I go in there? Should I do something? Then the police show up. We're in the same position as if the bad guy just had the gun illegally to begin with, because again, the police are the ones that are going to show up and resolve it. It's like it's such a small percentage of people who are going to be like the superhero and step up and save the day, who aren't getting paid to do that, even if they do have like the means or like a weapon to.
With the cop that didn't go in to say the kid.
Oh my gosh! Even the police, like Uvalde or whatever. You know, it's like the people getting paid to save the day can't even do that shit. So somebody, but what it is.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say what. My bad. This is just internet at its finest. You go ahead.
It's so hype. It's such a hype conversation.
I was just gonna say, I was just gonna, let's just keep doing this. This is fun. I was just gonna say that somebody with their own gun, they have that to protect themselves. It's never gonna be used to save somebody. It's the same thing with them giving guns to teachers so that teachers can defend their students in a shootout. It's the same teachers. They would never do that.
Crazy. I mean, I could see if it's rubber bullets or something like that, but are these teachers taking courses to learn how to shoot this firearm?
That's what I was gonna say.
Like, you gotta have some kind of. You're not gonna tell me this teacher has this lock under her desk. She puts a code in and she shoots anybody that comes through that door that's got a fire. Like, you gotta have. That's all more training for them to do.
Yep.
And they already get paid like shit anyway.
We have to pay them more. We have to.
You're answering all the right questions, all the right ways, and it's so backwards ass to think let's be pouring all this money instead of into the schools themselves, instead of into the kids' resources. We need to be paying for guns. We need to be paying for monthly weapons trainings for all these 50-year-old women.
Like, them teachers don't listen.
Kids are terrible.
They got the kids are bad, and then they gotta fucking come home and grade all your shit. When is your free time? I don't have free time when I get off of work. So how can a teacher have free time when she's got 22 to 25, sometimes 28 kids in her class because they're spread out thin? Like, I know a girl who went to do substitute work. She quit the same day. The kids were so bad and like
kids are so
talking
bad,
shit to her and fucking with her. She left them.
Bro, Christian, have you ever met Sophia, Terrell's girlfriend? Have you ever met her? She's like probably like 5'3", and she substitutes at high school. So it's like kids like my age and shit, and they're like fucking with her. I think she was substituting in a gym class. They're like holding the fucking ball over her and shit, and like they're just fucking with her. Yeah. And then
so if Sophia had a gun, she would have shot those kids point blank in that gymnasium. Is the other problem, right? Because that's just a quick. Done and done. Hey, I got the answer.
Man, listen, some of these kids are. I be hearing like I got a lot of family that works with kids and stuff, and I hear nightmare stories of some of these kids, even down to the parents when they show up, like they don't hold them accountable.
Yeah.
But that come with a lot of you not being able to discipline your kids. Now, I'm not saying you should be able to. Some people cross that line, like people are out here abusing kids, but your kid also ought to know. Bad shit can happen if you're not doing what you're supposed to do. Like, the law ain't gonna take it easy on you when they get their hands around you. You know what I mean?
We have to wrap up here in the next couple minutes, but I was just gonna say, and it's the same thing. Like, there's stabbings, like on such a frequent basis at these high schools in my area, right? What's supposed to be like a quote unquote good school district, right? You're not gonna tell.
No metal detectors?
No, it's just with anything that works, you know. And these kids get creative. It's just like a jail. It's like jail logic, and metal detectors or not. It's like, what do you do against that? It's just like one thing leads to the next thing, and this snowball effect that doesn't make any sense. And it's just like you were saying, it has to start at the home. It has to start. These parents need to be monitoring their kids. They need to be making sure their kids aren't creating weapons or having these thoughts. And all these kids that do those kinds of things, they put out warning signs all the fucking time. If it's online,
parents don't want the schools in their shit though. That's the end of the day.
It's not about having the school in your shit. It's about having it's about you as a parent being in your kid's shit in a way that's acceptable. You know, I get some people don't want to be in their kids' business all the time, but if you gotta pay attention to your kids. Exactly.
I'm saying, far as some of them kids now know how to work the system. Like, you can't put your hands on me. You can't really discipline me. I can talk how you want. I have a voice. Not saying that they don't have a voice. You mean to
parents or teachers?
To the parents and the teachers. They carry them saying, "Wait, what are you? What is really gonna happen to them?"
I'm not talking about you don't even have to put your hands on your kid to know that your kid is talking on social media about, I'm going to go shoot up the school tomorrow.
I understand that you got the kids that's like borderline. I went to school with a couple kids that was flatline on the deep end. Like they probably are gonna be like, I'm like, oh, this guy may be a problem when he gets out of school. Like if something ever happened later on in life, I'd be like, oh shit, I seen the signs when I was in school with this motherfucker. Yeah. We all went to school with people like that. So I get what you're saying.
And you're not the only one too. With each one of these mass shooters, or if somebody stabs someone else, how many kids come forward to say, hey, we saw them fighting the whole time and we didn't know it was going to get that far, all up to the point where they were screaming at each other yesterday after school or online or in this game or so on,
You think the teacher would pass this along? Like, you got this student coming up to the 7th grade. He has trouble with this. He's a troubled child. Keep an eye on him. Like, that's like you said with the parents. The parents and the teachers got to figure it out right there in the middle, because both of y'all got the kid half the time. Yeah. So everybody,
exactly. That's where the money should be going, not into the firing range for these elderly men and women trying to teach kids.
We're not going to be preventative. We're going to be reactive.
Reactive, yeah. No, let's just have a militia in the schools. That's a good idea, and everyone's happier for it. Yeah.
They're gonna be like, you see a kid, and you think he's pulling the gun out the book bag, pop his ass. They're rubber bullets, so we don't get sued. Kids have to sign a waiver.
We're here to build your militia, Pre. I want to get people on your YouTube channel here.
Before you go, man, how you feel about this draft thing they're talking about? I know it's always been around, but they just did something with the draft.
They're giving people bonuses to join though, so it's like, they're decent bonuses. Some of them are pretty good.
18 to 26.
That's the last year. That's the draft age.
I seen that the other day. One of the guys at work was worried about it because he falls in that age bracket.
Hey man, tell him go. It's cool.
I'll do it.
He might not even go to war. It's cool. He'll be.
If I get picked up, I'll do it. Fuck it. I didn't even make it through the military when I enlisted out of high school. So it's like
they wouldn't let me join because I had one kidney. Oh. And I told the recruiter, if shit ever happens, don't call me, because y'all wouldn't let me in now. Yeah. He was like, I think we'll be fine. That's what he said to me.
Yeah. Well, when they start drafting, then they make all kinds of exceptions. Yeah. When the draft rolls around, that's how it's like. It's like the fucking Captain America movie. It's like you got to be like a fucking skin and bones, like nobody, to get pushed away. But they'll take anybody who's capable of doing anything, right? All right. Well, here's your YouTube channel, We One Fam 5 on YouTube. Just look up We One Fam, and you got 2 videos. These are both from the venue, Dream Big Venues.
Yeah, both of them are from the this one is I think like an hour. That's the most recent one or whatever.
Yeah. Oh shit, that's from the Tony Wood show.
Yeah, that's the Tony Wood show.
You did a whole hour?
I did a little longer. That was recorded off my phone, but my phone had died.
Oh shit!
So I'm still trying to get the last 30 minutes or 20 minutes of it. It's floating out there. I got a couple cousins that's supposed to been sent it to me, but I'm not one to pressure you. Yeah. When I get it is when I get it. You know what I mean? But yeah.
Holy fuck! No, I heard because Lon said you like Tony complimented you or something. But I wasn't there for it. I know
man. It's just like I was just doing what I'm doing now, man. I just talk to motherfuckers, man. I like talking to people and seeing how people is and shit. Everybody, for the most part, thinks the same and acts the same. It's just, you know what I mean? It's the same shit, man. You got evil people, you got good people.
I think humans are inherently evil, and some of us try to be good. I think that's more so what it is. Because think about it, all good people, we have evil inside us, but we choose to be good. But all humans are naturally evil, and most of us act on that evil. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's why there's more bad people in the world. Like, it takes effort to be good. It doesn't take effort to be bad.
I think it's a good mix of good and bad. It's just who's in control of everything. That's the thing.
I mean, that too.
He who runs, who controls the money and how you live. Like, it's like you're a vegan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why your shit is super high in the stores. You feel me? Yeah. So to eat healthy costs more money. To eat crappy is cheaper.
It's easier. Yeah.
And I don't know, man. It's just a crazy world.
It's more work to do good. Exactly. That's just how
Even
the
down to
world is.
drinking water and stuff like that, man. You certain stuff they say don't drink.
Yeah.
Certain water don't drink.
I mean, I don't drink Aquafina because it tastes like shit, but you know.
I don't like Dasani.
I don't think I like the Dasani neither. I might be getting those confused. They're the same shit basically. Yeah.
Dasani's the Coke one, and then Aquafina's just its own
Pepsi
thing. I don't know if it's Pepsi related, but it is its own.
Maybe it's Dasani that I'm talking about.
Dasani's the one with the green bottle cap.
Yeah, the ones they used to have in the schools. I never liked them.
Yeah.
Yeah, it tastes like plastic. I don't know.
Plastic pool water or something.
Yeah, nasty. Deer Park's actually good. I didn't think I liked it, but it's good.
You know, apparently the Dollar Tree water is the best water.
I've heard that the
Crystal Geyser.
Yeah, I buy a lot of Crystal Geyser, and yeah, I do.
It's good.
I buy a lot of that
because it's like actually like spring water
from the spring.
Yeah,
I like spring water. I like I had Poland Springs. I think that's good.
Yeah, I bought that today, man.
Yeah.
Oh man. Well, let's get out of here. We do a thing at the end of the show where Lorenzo gives advice to the audience about anything we may or may not have talked about. So feel free to chime in with anything during the advice segment here. But before we do that, I just want to say thank you for joining us on our episode back from our hiatus.
What number is this? I hear y'all thought episode number. What number is this?
This is number 113, I think. I might be wrong, wrong. I'm not sure.
It's something like that. It's over 100.
I guess I could look. That would be smart of me if I looked at it.
Y'all got it.
Yeah, one. This is gonna be 113. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
There we go. So, yeah, let people know. I know you're not on social media or anything, but let your friends know where to find it, and they'll look it up. I see you got quite a few views on your videos on your YouTube channel already. So, and then
I'm on Facebook. That's Apri AAPRI.
Okay.
Steven. So I'm on Facebook. I got a little TikTok, same thing. Apri AAPRI.
There you go.
Stevens.
Yeah,
and we
TikTok and Facebook. That's a great start. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna work on the Instagram though.
Make that.
I think I got too many apps on my phone. My shit be moving slow, so I be like trying to not download so much stuff. You know what I mean? Running out of space.
Nah, if you want to do the comedy shit, get Instagram, because I'm a tag you when I do shorts like I'm supposed to. I'm gonna tag you.
Okay, I got you.
Real talk. Tomorrow's my day off. I'm gonna do it tomorrow. You know what I'm saying? Make that shit tonight. Get somebody help you with that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna make one of the girls.
If you have a Facebook, it's already connected, so it's just you download Instagram and then use your Facebook login
with Facebook.
Shit.
That's what I did with my TikTok.
I learn something new every day.
There you go.
Hell yeah.
All right, more advice. Go for it, Lorenzo.
I'm gonna hit him with the advice. First off, if you hear a TV on a hotel floor that no one's supposed to be on,
check the walls.
Rio, you better than me, because I'd have left. I'd have turned around, turned in my keys. I'd have been like, I can't do it. Oh shit, bro. Holy fuck. Oh my gosh. And also outside of this, just so we're clear, police are here to protect property. They don't actually have to protect people unless those people are property. You know what I'm saying? That's basically what they get hired to do. Whoever donates highest, that's who they work for. You know what I'm saying? Whoever actually pays them, who's donating more money to them, gets them that slushy machine in the break room. That's who they work for. That's why they're always at Walmart and shit. You know what I'm saying? That's who their boss is. Just so we're clear of that. That's
so we're clear, on the same page about police.
Nice to
who would be property though? I'm curious. Today's day and age, who's property?
When you get drafted, 18 to 26-year-olds, is that just men or is that men and women?
Hey man, we live in an equal society.
That's what
I'm saying.
Men and
women,
yeah. You gotta go too.
I think drafting though is just young men, or maybe it's both. Yeah, because they do both in other countries.
Right now it should be both. It should be both now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Like there's the mandatory military service requirement for like so many other countries, and then it's like 2 or 3 years after you graduate high school or something like that normally. So and it's everybody.
Yeah, I like that, as it should be.
I would do it.
Yeah. You tell your friends the truth.
Factuals, big factuals.
There you go.
Even if you heard them, tell your friends the truth.
That's what a real friend does.
Yes.
Friend does.
Yeah.
I be saying that shit. Like, let's say I be at work.
And don't burn bridges.
Yeah.
You can stop talking to people, just don't burn the bridge.
I was listening to this one comedian. He was a black comedian. He was like, I was talking to this Jewish dude, and he was like, black people, you tell people you don't fuck with them. But he's like, Jewish people, we don't do that because I might need them one day. You know what I'm saying? I just don't talk to them. But then I could go back and talk to him and be like, hey, he was like, black people, y'all be like, yo, fuck you, I don't fuck with you. And it's like, you can't go back to that.
There we go.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
You can warn people, but you don't bad mouth.
Yeah. You could let them know, be like, hey, you know what I'm saying?
That's like, I can't say I didn't tell you. That's like that type of
Yeah.
You don't got bash nobody. You just
That's
There
what
we
I
go.
do. I didn't.
Words to live by. Words to live by. Don't burn any bridges. Build them out of steel, and so that only jet fuel could even come close to destroying that.
But not quite.
Not quite. Thank you again, Pri, for joining us. Episode 113. If you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. Go find Pri at We One Fam on YouTube, soon to be Instagram and Facebook as well. And until next time, everybody, have a good one. See ya.
Deuces.
take it easy.